So for tonight's class, I want to do a yoga class on lung health because even if you're not in California where there's fires and things are crazy, it's always good to work on your lungs. But if you are here, the air has not been good for a while. And even when it is good, there's like red skies and it feels like the world's going to end. So there are ways that we can use our yoga practice and yoga practice meaning the physical asana practice, pranayama, the breathing techniques, and also our meditative practices to help create healthy lung capacity and also to clear out any stuff, any gunk that is stuck in our lungs. Okay. And we'll be principally using two different yoga breathing techniques or pranayamas tonight. And if you have the book Essential Pranayama, I talk about them in here. And so we'll be using expanded breathing on page 46 a lot. You're going to get a lot of practice with that one tonight. And then we'll also be using Kapalabhati, the breath of fire, or skull shining breath, and that's on page 66. I like to refer to this when I can. It's like shameless self-promotion. Get my book. All right, so that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on lung health. There's going to be some forceful breathing that we'll be doing. So if you start coughing, take care of yourself. Try to have some water nearby if you need it so that you can help to flush things out as we go along. I don't think it'll be too aggressive, but take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Okay. All right, good, good. Let's go ahead and sit tall. We'll get going. Go ahead and take your hands onto your knees. Relax your shoulders down the back. Feel the spine tall. As your eyes close, ground into your body. Become aware of the movement of your body on the flow of your breath. Sense of expansion as you inhale. Sense of relaxation, contraction as you exhale. Noticing if that movement is big or deep, if that movement is smaller or shallow. It's okay if it's either. No need to change it right now. Now let's begin to shape the breath. We'll use the expanded breath. So with your inhale, fill the lungs slowly to capacity, not to the point of straining, but to the point just before you start to strain. And then exhale slowly and exhale completely. Again, not to the point of straining, but the point just before you start to strain. You might even feel the navel pull back toward your spine at the bottom of that exhale to get that last breath out. Inhaling fully and exhaling completely. Let's just continue this. Inhale fully, exhaling completely. And what we're doing here is that we're bringing more oxygen into our bloodstream as we expand the inhalation, bringing it into the heart, into the circulatory system, bringing it to your brain and the organs, helping improve those functions. And with that complete exhale, we're really emptying the lungs, getting rid or helping to get rid of that stale, toxic air that can build up at the base portion of the lungs when we get stuck in shallow breathing patterns. So full deep inhale, complete breath exhale. We'll do a few more times. Full deep breath in, complete breath out. One more time. And then we'll take a deep breath in to chant Om 3 times. Bring your palms to your heart and lower the chin. And honor yourself as you are in this moment, body, breath, energy, and mind. And it's from this place within you that we'll practice tonight. Go ahead and rub the palms together, creating heat between them. Nice and warm palms. And take those stimulated palms over your eyes. And then brush back over the top of the head, down the neck, bringing yourself back to the room. Good. So we'll begin on hands and knees. So go ahead and transition. Table pose. Bringing the hands under your shoulders, knees beneath the hips. Good. And with your inhale, look forward. Feel the tailbone lift behind you. Exhale, go all the way back, child's pose. Inhale, float back up to hands and knees. And exhale again, go back to child's pose. Good. Let's continue on your breath. Inhale, rising. Exhale, releasing, beginning to warm up the spine. And as we continue this practice, I'd like you to re-employ the expanded breath. So inhale to capacity. Exhale to completion. Breathing through the nose if you can. Allowing this pranayama to be a part of this practice. Big inhale, big exhale. One more time. Then big inhale up to hands and knees. Curl the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk the dog out here. Pressing a heel to the floor, bending the opposite knee, feeling length in the legs and spine. Just getting these legs nice and warmed up tonight. Good, all right. With your inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Let's bring back the big breath, the expanded breathing. Big inhale, back up to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big exhale. Big inhale, back down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Again, inhale, back to fours, hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog, big breath. Please continue moving between these three postures just a couple more times. With this expanded breathing, the next time you land in downward facing dog, go ahead and stay for 3 breaths. Keep the breath big for now. Big inhale, big exhale. Good. Inhale into plank pose, straight line push-up. With your exhale, plank yourself all the way down to the floor. Release the feet. Hands under your shoulders, and we'll work with Shalabhasana, locust pose. So feeling your pelvis ground, with your inhale, roll the shoulders down the back, lift the head, chest, and the legs behind you. And then exhale, float down. Inhale, floating up. And exhale, floating down. And we'll do 3 rounds with the big breath now. So big inhale, float on up. Big exhale, come down. Big inhale, coming up. Exhale down. One more time. Exhale. Good. Curl the toes under. Push up to plank pose. And back to downward facing dog. Good. Taking an adjusting breath here. And then float down onto hands and knees and look toward me for just a moment. Okay, so we've been working with this expanded breathing, and we've been inhaling and exhaling through the nose for the big breath. Now, for this next use of the practice, we're going to exhale through the mouth, and we're going to exhale kind of sharply. And so I'll just show you what it looks like, and we're going to do it as we move. So we'll start with forward child's pose. And so I'll take a deep breath in through my nose. And the exhale is out of the mouth, and there's a naval contraction here. It's like we're forcing air out of the lungs, which is actually what we're doing. So it'll be inhale, then exhale. And then it'll be a slow inhale coming back up. And exhale again, sharply back. Good. So go ahead and join me if you haven't already. Deep breath in, hands and knees through the nose. Exhale sharply at the mouth. Child's pose. Inhale, float back up. Let's continue. Inhaling big through the nose. Exhaling big out the mouth. Really empty the lungs there. With your next exhale, go to downward facing dog. Same big breath. Inhale, float down. Sharp exhale, down dog. One more time. Inhale, float down. Exhale through the nose, child's pose. Let's stay for a breath or two in child's pose. Just feel sensation. Really helping to clear the lungs tonight. Good. All right. With your next inhale, come back up to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. And let's work with the flow called Danda Kriya. Some of you know this one, but we'll go through it. Don't worry. Inhale to plank pose. Exhale, bend your elbows in towards your waist. Bring your chest 1 inch from the floor, chaturanga. And then come onto the tops of the feet. Press the arms straight, knees off the ground, upward facing dog. And then feel a tug behind your navel that pulls you back into downward facing dog. Let's do that again. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, 1 inch from the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now you probably guessed we're going to add the big breath here, so let's do that. Big inhale through the nose, just breathing through the nose for now. Exhale through the nose, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Let's keep going. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Again, big breath, plank pose. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Last time, inhale plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. And downward facing dog. Take an adjusting breath, breathing normally. Good, then float down onto hands and knees and sit back on your heels. Feel sensation for a moment. Been doing a lot of big breathing, a lot of space in the chest, upper back, lungs. Now, if you can, stay seated here. You could sit on a block if you'd like to, but if it's just uncomfortable, just come to cross legs. We're going to practice Kapalabhati, the breath of fire. Just a reminder, Kapalabhati is a sharp exhale through the nose from the belly, and the inhale is passive. So it's like blowing out a candle, but with your nostrils. So it's the belly just snaps back. You'll go at that steady pace, and we'll go for about 45 seconds, okay? If you start to feel lightheaded, slow down how quickly you're moving or stop altogether and join when you feel better, all right? So sitting tall. Oh wait, last mention here is that, again, the breath comes from the belly, not the chest. If you do it from the chest, you'll just start to hyperventilate. So keep it in the belly. Okay, deep breath in and begin. Take a deep breath in, full breath. Then exhale sharply. And soft inhale. Then soft exhale. And just feel sensation, maybe a lightness in the brain, energy at the navel, clearing in the lungs. And then go ahead and bring yourself back. Kapalabhati is great for clarifying, just kind of clearing out whatever is in the lungs, and many other reasons why you want to do it. But especially if you're in a poor air quality area, add that to your daily routine, maybe do it a few times. We'll definitely be coming back to it toward the end of our practice, but I just wanted to get it in our systems a little bit now, okay? Reminder to stay hydrated, especially through this practice, because stuff is coming up and we want to wash it out. So let's come back onto hands and knees. Now that we've done a little bit of Kapalabhati, we'll just come into down dog. Good. All right, so from downward facing dog, go ahead and lift your right leg high into the air behind you. With your exhale, swing or carry step the right foot all the way between the hands and release the back knee to the floor. Inhale, lift the arms up, coming into a crescent lunge. With your exhale, bring your hands back down to the floor and step back to downward facing dog. Let's do the left side. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, bring the foot all the way through. Help it forward if it doesn't make it on the first try. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, bring the hands down. And again, step back, downward facing dog. Let's do this with a big breath now. Inhale, lift the leg up. Big exhale, step the foot forward, breathing through the nose. Good. Inhale, lift the arms up, big breath. Big exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Left leg inhale, big breath. Exhale, step it forward. Big inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, downward facing dog, stepping back. Right leg. Exhale, step it forward, still breathing with that expanded breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg. And step. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands down, stepping back, downward facing dog. Just to balance the body out a bit, inhale, plank pose, big breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then from here, go ahead and walk your hands back to meet your feet, coming into Uttanasana, the standing forward fold. Good. Hanging here for a moment, allow the knees to be slightly bent, never locked. Relax your head, your chin, your shoulders, your arms, your mind. Relax your mind. And though it may feel counterintuitive in this posture because the front body is being compressed, I'd like you to practice the expanded breath or the big breath. Big full inhale, complete exhale. And what you may find with the front body being compressed is that a lot of this movement now has to go into the back ribs, the back body. One more big breath, please. And then inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up to standing. Reach the arms overhead. And palms to the heart. Feel sensation again. Notice the lungs, your chest, the ribs 360 at the back where it connects to the spine. The windpipe, how does it feel in the throat? Bringing stuff up. Getting rid of all that gunk, the base portion of the lungs. And then bringing yourself on back. One effect of the expanded breathing that you might feel even more pronounced as we continue this evening or with this class is that it has kind of an energizing effect to it. So if you notice it happening, it's supposed to happen, might feel like a clarifying in the brain, or just might feel like there's a little bit more gas in the tank. That might be the case. It might not be the case. So we're gonna do some arm swings next. And the variation we'll do tonight will be the one where we jab the elbows back. So I'll walk you through it. So with arm swings, the breath is a 3-part inhale through the nose and one powerful exhale out of the mouth with the movement. And it's a sharp exhale. The navel pulls back toward the spine, and there's kind of a wheeze to it. I'll show you, or you'll listen, I guess. So it's a 3-part inhale. Inhale, arms up. Inhale, arms back. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, jab the elbows back. Side face, it's inhale, 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 then exhale. Powerful exhale. You really want to clear the lungs out. We're going to go for about 2 minutes. So find a pace you can maintain for the entire time and have fun with it. All right? So when you're ready, feet stacking underneath the hips, nice stable stance. It'll be inhale up, inhale back, inhale up, exhale, jab. Inhale, 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 exhale. Again, powerful exhale. Feel the navel pull into the body and up. We're clearing the respiratory system. It's almost like a wheeze at the end of it. And what you might realize as we continue this practice is that we're still practicing the expanded breath. Those 3-part inhale, you're filling the lungs to capacity. And with the exhale, you're sharply letting the breath out. With that 3-part inhale, feel the full rotation of your shoulder joints, up, back, up, and jab. And again, find the pace you can maintain for the entire time. We're about a quarter of the way there. Might feel like we've been doing this longer, but time tends to slow down when we do arm swings. Swing it out. You're a little more than halfway done. It's okay if you need to slow it down, but I'm going to encourage you to keep moving if you can. If we go between that 90-second to 2-minute mark, we start to reset your nervous system, taking you out of that sympathetic fight or flight state and grounding you into your parasympathetic rest and digest state. You're calming down. That's another way to say it. Swinging it out, clearing the lungs. We're creating so much capacity for the breath here, bringing in all that oxygen as you inhale, then just getting rid of that stale, toxic air, getting rid of that carbon dioxide that we no longer need as we exhale. 20 more seconds, make them count. Three, 2, and 1. Release. Good. We're going to keep working with the breath here. Stay still. Deep breath in through the nose, fill the lungs to capacity. Deep breath out, empty the lungs all the way slowly. Again, deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more time. Deep breath in. And out. Slowly inhale. And relax your effort around the breath. Notice sensation in your body from the arm swings exercise. Maybe you feel it in the shoulders, maybe in the core. There might be a clearing in the brain. You might just feel a spaciousness around the chest, ribs, and heart. One more deep breath here. And bringing yourself on back. Hydrating. I just feel like I have to announce it when I take a drink because there's like this pause. All right, and so the counter exercise to that is arm swings from side to side. And I'll give you 2 variations because you might not have enough space to do the first one. The first variation, you'll have your feet about shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. If you're standing forward on your mat, your feet are about mat width apart. That's how I normally teach it, but now I'm facing you this way. And for this, you'll just swing from side to side, the arms coming along, hitting the body, looking behind you, and the back heel lifts up. Now, if you don't have enough space to swing your arms like that, like you're gonna break a vase or something, take your arms on your hands on your shoulders, 4 fingers in front, thumbs behind, and just do the exercise here, swinging from side to side. Okay, so either this one or arms flailing, whatever works for you. And just go ahead and join me if you haven't done so already. Back heel's cheating up so the hips can displace. And you're looking behind you with the head. And find your own pace here. You don't have to go quickly. You can go slowly if you want to. Now, there is no prescribed breathing rhythm for this exercise. It's just important that when you find the breath shallow, that you try to deepen it a bit, okay? We all know about deep breaths tonight because we've been taking so many of them. All these expanded breaths. It's going to continue, don't worry. We're unwinding tension in the spine here. Deep breath if you haven't taken one in a while. Allow it to be that expanded breath. Fill the lungs to capacity and then let it all go. It can be through the mouth too if you want. When you go from another 30 seconds or so, unwind that tension along the spinal column. Deep breath. Three, two, and one. Unwind. Feel sensation again. And let's ground it with our expanded breath. Deep breath in, fill the lungs to capacity. Exhale completely. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. One more time. Inhale fully. Completely. Inhale and relax. Good. All right. So we're going to do some more work to help create some space in the ribs. The idea is that once the ribs get nice and pliable, in the sense that the connectivity between them becomes more pliable, you can actually take deeper breaths. The lung can expand more than they do when we get into habitual shallow breathing rhythms. And so the rib cage is 360. It goes all the way around. We do a lot of work with opening the chest in the front. And then we do a lot of work with opening the back body with like forward bends. But the next thing we need to work on is actually the side ribs. So we're going to do some work to get some space there. So on your mat, go ahead and take your feet nice and wide apart. It's good to have both feet on your mat if you can. And the toes are pointing directly forward, not out to the side. If anything, they're pigeon toeing slightly for this variation of wide leg stance. Good. Now, before we start doing the lateral stuff, we're just going to do a little bit more for your lower back. So go ahead and inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, hinge at your hips, swan dive, fold forward and down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way back up, reach the arms over. Exhale, folding down. Let's do the big breath now. Inhale fully. Through the nostrils, exhale completely. Inhale back up. Full breath in. Exhale, folding down. Full breath out. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Let's exhale through the mouth sharply. Inhale back up. Sharply exhale, fold. Inhale back up. One more time. Inhale. Stay tall. Exhale, release your arms down. Good. Sometimes that forced exhale, you start to get a little bit lightheaded. So take care of yourself. Ground when you need to. So now we're going to do the lateral exercise. So allow your left hand just to relax down onto your left thigh or leg and take your right arm out to the side. With your next inhale, reach your right arm overhead and then go ahead and arc to the left. And then exhale, pull yourself back up to a tall spine. And then inhale, come back in, moving dynamically here. And exhale, come back out. Let's add the big breath. Big inhale. Exhale, back up. Big inhale. Exhale. A couple more times. Good. Let's go over and stay for a bit, all right? Go ahead and reach up and over. Stay with the big breath, okay? So big inhale through the nose, big exhale through the nose. Feeling that space on the right side of the right ribs. And notice your top shoulder, your right shoulder. If it's rounding down, just pull it back a little bit. As if you're trying to open the chest toward the ceiling. Keep reaching all the way to the left with the right hand. Big inhale, big exhale. I'll stay for 2 more breaths. And then inhale, come all the way up. And relax. All right. So let's balance that out on the other side. Relax the right hand down, left arm out to the side. We'll just go in and out with a normal breath. We'll add the big breath once we get used to it. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, back up. Now we'll add the big breath. Huge inhale. Fill the lungs to capacity as you reach over. Exhale, pull yourself back up as you exhale completely. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 2 more. This time we're gonna go over and stay over. Tip on over. It's like that I'm a Little Teapot song, right? Big breaths. Reach as far to the right with your left hand as you can, but roll the left shoulder back. Full breath in, full breath out. Feeling that big space along the left side of your left ribs. One more deep breath here. Full breath in, full breath out. Then inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, relax. Good. Keeping the feet wide, interlace your fingers behind your back. And then squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift your arms off your back. Now bend your knees just a little bit. Then hinge at the hips. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Arms overhead, off the back as much as you can. And just breathe normally here. All right, good, good. Go ahead and release the hands toward the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Good. So while I demonstrate this next exercise, go ahead and bring the feet together. Just give yourself a break from the wide leg stance. Sometimes it's needed. I'm going to stay in wide legs because that's the next exercise. Good. So we practiced the arcing over earlier. I'm going to come back into this, but we're going to do some work here this time. Well, more work. You worked pretty hard the first time. We're going to work even harder this time. And so with my inhale, I'm going to take my right hand, the top arm, and I'm going to reach as far to the left as I can. And my right chest is going to come down to look at the floor. So I'm looking down. This is my inhale. And with my exhale, I'm going to sharply pull back the top shoulder and open back up. So that's my exhale. And the idea is that we're going to create more length heading to the left, creating more length along the right side of the body, and there's a little bit more core engagement here. The breath this time will be a big inhale through the nose and a sharp exhale out of the mouth. And that sharp exhale will actually help you to twist a bit deeper. All right, let's give it a try. Coming back to your wide leg stance if you've moved. Drinking some water if you need it. All right, so go ahead and let your left hand relax down onto your left leg, right arm out to the side. Inhale, reach up and over. Stay here for the exhale. And with a big inhale, go ahead and reach to the left with the right hand, look down at the floor. With a sharp exhale through your mouth, roll the right shoulder back, opening back up. Let's do that again. Big inhale, reach to the left. Sharp exhale, open. Let's do that a couple more times. Reach and roll. Reach. Roll. One more time. Let's stay. One more breath. Good. With an inhale, come all the way back up. It's a long distance coming back up. And relax for a moment. Feel the difference between the two sides of the body, that big length along the right side. As you breathe, you actually might feel, if you're able to attune into it, like the right lung is just filling to a much greater capacity than the left. And not just because the heart's on the left side, but because there's just more space. And we'll definitely balance it out now. So when you're ready, right hand onto the right leg, left arm out to the side, and then go ahead and inhale, go ahead and tilt on over. Good, and we'll start, again, big breath in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale, reach to the right with the left hand, look down. Exhale, roll the left shoulder back sharply. Inhale, reach. Exhale, roll. Feel it from the navel. Inhale, reach. Exhale, navel pulls in, roll back. Twice more. One more time, reach. Stay. Still breathing big. And then with your next big inhale, come all the way up. It's a long distance up. Exhale, relax that left arm. And again, feel sensation, what's happening in the body, what's happening energetically. The space in the lungs, the clearing of the lungs. Good. All right. So whichever direction is the top of your mat, the front of your mat, go ahead and turn that way and step forward. Take a drink of water if you need one, because we're about to move into a sun salutation that is something very simple compared to some other more complicated sun salutations, but we'll be adding in the expanded breath. That's the whole point of our practice, is help really create that lung capacity and to clear out that which is no longer useful to us. So standing tall. The first round will be a normal breathing rhythm. We'll add in the expanded breath as we move into our subsequent rounds. So palms to the heart, find your breath. And with your next inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, swan dive, fold forward and down. Press palms to shins, come halfway up. And exhale, release, step your right foot way back, knee to the ground, crescent lunge. Inhale, come on up with the arms, open the chest toward the ceiling. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the floor and step back to downward facing dog. Now we'll move through Danda Kriya. Inhale to plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, please. Exhale, step the foot between the hands, help it through. Back knee to the floor, crescent lunge, inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor, curl the back toes under and step forward, Uttanasana. Palms to shins, Ardha Uttanasana, coming halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side with a flat back, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, palms to the heart. We'll do that again. We'll add in the expanded breath. Inhale, big breath, reach up. Through the nose, exhale, fold forward. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, release, fold forward and step the left foot back. Knee to the ground, all one exhale. Big inhale, lift the arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Still using that big breath. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step it through. Knee to the ground. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor, step forward, Uttanasana. Big inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Arms out to the side, come all the way up. Palms to the heart. Another round in the same fashion. Big breath, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Palms to shins halfway. Exhale, release down and step the right foot back, knee to the ground. All one exhale, if you can manage it. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, downward facing dog, stepping back. Plank pose. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Right leg lifts, inhale. And step it on through. Knee to the ground. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor, step forward. Palms to shins halfway up. And exhale, fold. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Take an adjusting breath. We're going to do 2 more rounds of that flow. And as we do that, we're going to do the sharp exhales through the mouth as best you can. Sometimes when we do that, it makes us feel short of breath. So if you need to take adjusting breaths in between movements, you're welcome to. Do the best you can with it. Okay? So inhaling through the nose, exhaling sharply out of your mouth. Full breaths, complete breaths on both ends. With your inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Palms to shins. Exhale, fold, step the left foot back. Knee to the ground. Crescent lunge, lift the arms up, inhale. Exhale, down dog. Good, plank pose, inhale. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Step it through. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, step forward. Palms to shins. And fold. Arms out to the side, come all the way up. Palms to the heart. One more time. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth. Inhale, reach up. Fold. Halfway. Fold. Right foot steps. Knee to the ground. Inhale, lift. Downward dog. Plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward dog. Right leg lifts. And step. Crescent lunge. Step forward, exhale. Palms to shins. Fold. Arms out to the side, all the way up, inhale. Palms to the heart. Breathing through your nose now, stay tall. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhale fully. Completely. One more time. Inhale softly, exhale softly. Feeling sensation. All right. Clearing out the lungs. Yeah. So with a big breath, sometimes it's hard to link it with the movement because the movement feels too fast or too slow compared to the breath. It gets easier with time. So if you had some trouble with it, it was completely fine that was the case. We're all at different levels of our practice. So the next thing we're going to move to, we're going to move our way down to the floor here in just a moment. And we're going to come back into our practice of Kapalabhati, the breath of fire. And once we're done with that, we'll do a couple more postures just to counterpose, and then it's almost time to rest. Okay. So from the top of your mat, it's a good place to start as any. Go ahead and reach the arms overhead. This is all a transition. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, folding forward. And then from here, step back to downward facing dog. Let's stay here for a breath or two. You can walk the dog out again if that felt good. And then floating down onto hands and knees. Then exhale, go ahead and come to child's pose. Sink the hips toward the heels, forehead toward the floor. And again, we find the front body, the abdomen, the chest compressed toward the thighs. And even though we're breathing normally here, sense the movement of your back body. The back rib cage expanding and contracting on the rhythm of your breath. Okay, all right. With your next inhale, walk your hands back, coming up to a seat. Good. And then come into a comfortable seat to practice Kapalabhati for a little bit. So it can be sitting on your heels like this. You can sit on a block in between your legs. You can come to cross legs. I'm going to come to cross legs. That's what I'm feeling right now. And I'll sit on a block. What you want to do is make sure that the spine is nice and tall. So sitting on a folded blanket or a cushion or a block will help you get that length in your spine that's going to help you with this practice. So again, Kapalabhati is a sharp exhale through the nose, passive inhale, and the breath coming from the abdomen. The first round that we'll do will be the same length as the last time, 45 seconds. And then I'll give you some choreography at the end of what to do with the breath. And then we're going to do a longer round, maybe about 1.5 minutes for our second and final round. All right. And I'll give you some pointers as we go along for that one. So sitting tall, become aware of the movement of your abdomen as you breathe. Breathing normally at first. And before we enter into this practice again, I want you to become aware of your pelvic floor, the base of your body, the root. And see if you can lightly contract the pelvic floor, the muscles of the pelvic floor, upward towards your navel. Just contract them upward. And as we practice Kapalabhati, see if you can, for the best of your ability, keep this contraction. And if you lose it, just re-engage it, okay? So again, the breath comes from the abdomen, not the chest. Take a deep breath in. We'll begin. Take a deep breath in. Exhale sharply through the nose. Deep breath in again. Sharply through the nose. One more time. Sharply through the nose. Soft inhale. Soft exhale. Feel sensation. Lightness in the brain. And check in with that contraction at the pelvic floor. If you've lost it, just re-engage it again. This help ground you when it feels like your head's about to float away. Now this next round, this final round of Kapalabhati, at least for this class, it's going to be a little bit longer, so go at a pace that you can maintain. And if you start to feel really lightheaded, slow down or stop altogether and start back up when you feel ready. Pelvic floor engaged. Deep breath in. We'll begin. You're halfway there. Deep breath in. Sharp breath out. Deep breath in. Sharp breath out. Deep breath in. Sharp breath out. Deep breath in. Complete breath out. Don't do it sharply. Slow breath out. But complete breath. Complete breath in. Complete breath out. Complete breath in. Complete breath out. Soft breath in. Soft breath out. Relaxed breath. Keep the pelvic floor engaged. Be with sensation. And whether you are seated on your heels or cross-legged, take a breath in and exhale, just fold forward over the legs toward the floor as far as you can. You might even be able to bring the forehead to cap, but if not, maybe stack the fists so that your forehead can ground on something. And breathe calmly here, no forcing anymore. Steadying your breath. And with your next inhale, go ahead and come back up to a seat. And carefully bring your awareness back. Whew. All right, so we have just a few more postures to do, and then we'll come down to rest for a little bit. So go ahead and come down onto your back. We'll do those postures there. Take your time getting there. And once you come onto your back, go ahead and bring your feet flat to the floor, heels underneath your knees. The feet are about hip width apart, bridge prep, arms by your side. And with your next inhale, go ahead and lift the pelvis, pressing up to bridge pose. We're gonna stay and breathe normally here now. You can stay in this version of the pose if you know how to bind it by interlacing the fingers and walking onto the sides of your shoulders and arms, do so. If you're not sure what that means, don't worry about it right now. Push up a little higher. And exhale, release the hips down. And hug your knees into your chest. And take your arms out to the side, making a T shape with your body. Now, if there's furniture nearby, you can do cactus arms or goalpost arms, as they call them. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, allow the knees to fall to the right. As they fall to the right, think about your left shoulder grounding back behind you. And you can even turn your head to the left if you'd like to. Your right hand can rest gently on top of your left thigh or knee. Breathe softly. And what you may notice, maybe, is that even though we're breathing softly or without effort, without so much effort as before, the breath is still maintaining a greater capacity. That may or may not be the case. All right, with your next inhale, bring the knees back to center and take them to the left. Right shoulder grounding, chin to the right, and left hand on top of the right thigh. Breathing softly. Okay, with your next inhale, bring the knees back to center. Hug them in. You might feel good to rock gently from side to side on your spine. You also might feel good just to hold the knees still. And then when you feel complete in this posture, go ahead and release the legs, extending them down to the floor, and make yourself ready to rest in Shavasana. Bring any support where you need it. And feel the body uncross here, the arms out to the side, palms face up. And drop in as you relax here into the sensation in and around the chest. You might feel like it's been stretched out. It's broader, more expansive. Might feel like a clearing, spaciousness. Whatever the sensation is for you, just tune into that. And as you tune into that, contemplate as you inhale that you are bringing nourishment to your body. You're bringing in that which sustains you. And as you exhale, you're bringing relief to your body. You're letting go of that which no longer is serving you. Inhale nourishment, exhale relief. peace, peace, peace. Take a deeper, deeper breath. Make gentle movements in your hands and feet, your arms and legs, bringing your body and your awareness back to your space. And rolling to your right side. Bringing yourself up to a seat as you feel complete here. So sitting tall, relax the shoulders down the back, hands resting comfortably on your thighs. And again, attune to this region of the chest, the heart, the ribs, however best you can connect to this area. Our purpose of our practice tonight to clear this region out. And yes, we're getting rid of stale, toxic air at the base portion of the lungs. But on a more psychic level, we're getting rid of that which keeps us stuck. Any stickiness, any dense, dark energy that's really just kind of holding us down, keeping us from being lighter and clearer. We've been helping to let go of that tonight. So you might sense that as you feel this balloon-like expansiveness of the chest and ribs, that maybe that lightness extends toward your overall mood or state of mind. Lightness of body, lightness of mind. Letting go of feelings of apathy, feelings of lethargy, fear, and just allowing yourself to rest in the lightness of your heart. And bringing your palms to your heart. And let this lightness that we've cultivated tonight in your body, in your lungs, in your energy, in your mind, in your spirit, allow that to be what guides you, the space of mind and body that you try to live from. And may all of the work you've done here tonight and this practice remind you to stay in that endeavor. So until we meet again, namaste.